welcome here from Bielefeld, where I'm standing right now with Daniel Krauss, one of the founders of Flix, one of the most famous unicorn startups in Germany. But I don't think if you're still a startup, maybe you're already grown up, hopefully not a corporate yet.
We feel like a startup.
But we know each other now really for a decade from now almost. And I think the first time we met was actually in Berlin, and then I invited you for one of my lectures, and it was really fascinating to follow your story now for this long time. So my first question is, where are you right now with Flix? So what are the current topics? What drives you right now? Give us a little bit insights about what you're doing right now.
Thanks, Julian, for having me. Bielefeld, which is like, this is the first time, and now the proof is
really the first time for you here in Bielefeld.
Yeah, I like
Great,
it. It's a really beautiful city,
by the way.
So, currently, as it also was in the news the other week, is we really prepare ourselves to take the next step to not only keep on growing the bus and internationalize further, but also do trains on a large scale, first in Germany, but also in Europe. That's something which at heart is the same. It's affordable and sustainable traffic. But operationally, it will be a bit different, and that's something, we really, prepare ourselves for. Beside that, we do what we keep doing. 2 weeks ago, we launched Mexico, so we just bring the green buses to, everyone and everywhere in the world.
It's really very impressive, and of course I have used the buses, but also the trains. So as my personal experience, so that's for sure. But for me now, it's interesting to get to know the topic of ecosystems, which is my topic, and I mentioned you and your case also in our book. So where is the connection right now to ecosystems? Where are you collaborating? Where are you extending? So can you give us there a little bit of context and background? Yeah.
So there's ecosystems in terms of the startups, and that's something what we as individuals, but also as companies, try to support quite a bit with corporations. As the entrepreneurship itself is kind of the foundation for ecosystems to be created. Obviously, if you are a platform player,
you are in the ecosystem.
We are exactly like with our bus partners, and now with the trains is a bit more integrated, so to say, because then you have different kind of suppliers. For instance, the train supplier itself. Where we still have focus on is, from a customer point of view, people always ask about the last mile. That's an ecosystem we are very curious about, but that's very challenging to crack. So we didn't move too far on that one yet. And something which I see coming is let's call it the AI ecosystem, where on the one hand you do not necessarily have to develop everything yourself, but leverage what is out there. And on the other hand, what might have been kind of like the Apple Store. These kind of things I see coming and changing and really being eventually even disrupted by the world of agents, so to say.
Yeah, that's great. That's already a perfect segue to my last question, which partly you already answered. But what is actually your vision of the future for your company for the next 5 to 10 years in that context? Because let me add that when you were in my last lecture, like I think it was almost 7 years from now, you told me, hey, our first goal is to get market reach. We just first want to gain customers with our platform and a good service, and then we think about what can we add in terms of further services. Yeah, and I think I can tell you that there was also this nice example of that. I wanted to connect you with some others who were interested to sell something in your buses and so on. I think that didn't work out, but anyway. So my question is, what is your vision of the future? So what could you imagine, and how could you extend the ecosystem? What are the limits, and where is your pathway in the future? Yeah.
So we're still very cautious how we use our platform or our buses, because it really has to make sense. And why are we cautious? For us, the brand is very, very important. And the reason is because I believe, especially in the future, brands have to be even more memorizable. Imagine if you ask your GPT agent to book you a bus or a train. This is not given that you'll end up in a green bus or train. So you have to really, be as memorable that people, in the world of commerce, use your brand as it would be the actual term. So you want to have a Flix bus or even a Flix, that's what I believe is very important, and that's the reason why we're very careful with our brand and also strengthen our brand further. So we'll be part of the ones who will, stay successful and keep growing also in a world where it might not be as visual as it used to be, because basically no agents deal it out for us.
Yeah, that are great insights, Daniel. Thank you so much, and we survived almost almost the thunderstorm in the background. Maybe you can see that, but really great insights and really looking forward to follow your story, your pathway in the future. And
we see each other in Berlin.
Of course. So thank you for that.
Thanks for having me.